fine. Okay. What we're gonna need to do is I bought some game dev TV courses. We're gonna need to write some notes and like the first game is gonna be the hardest game. Then we just refer back to our notes that we created and keep that process going. At the same time, we're learning math, and I have a couple of video ideas, more so in the. Oh, I gotta open up freaking chat. I have a couple of video ideas um, about math. I want to create like snippets of how to use it and how to place it. So in under a minute, I should be able to explain it, right? And each formula, so I can learn it, so I can refer to it, and so it can, because in under a minute, my thing, unless you can explain something in under a minute, like the most basic math stuff, um, you don't have it down pat. You have to explain it under a minute. Why is the Pythagorean theorem used for? How do you use it? Let me see. What we're gonna do is, right now. I'm either we're close to when go out 4.3 launches. Well, two people keep gonna. Okay, let me go down, go down. My only problem, I'm a beginner. I just wanna, when I create my game as I, let me see. Let me see when's 4.3 coming out. Okay, we'll just go down to 4.2.2 and work on that till 4.3. Then this is all probably just transition after the fact. Let's do down.net. Okay. Stable mono 164. What we do is we go, though because Godot is so small, um, then if I want to, that's my SFX games current game engine, right? Current Godot game engine. Okay. Remove project from list. No. Compatibility, yep. Version control metadata get, okay. Project name. We're gonna call it the Shifting Dude project because I have a couple of ideas. I think I have two concepts of what the game should gameplay wise. Yeah, yeah. I think I got a better idea now. Okay, let's go browse. Um, we go the main project, main work area, game development, game one. No, open file manager. Let me see my game engine. Yeah, downloaded before. Game one test. Two bugs here. All project here. Games. Shifting do project. All project here. Games. Shifting dude project. The Unreal Engine game. Create and edit. Oh, this feels better. But right now we're gonna go 2D, we're gonna go to script. I was using Unity before I got the hang of Unity, but we're gonna go here. We're gonna be learning C# at the same time. First thing I have to do is import my assets. Okay, this is gonna be the icon. I'm gonna have to change the icon. I got an idea for the icon, so I gotta remember. I forgot the icon and stuff like this. This is new. Open the file manager. Always assets. Oh, I gotta show you it. Okay. Go back here, assets, right? We gotta create a couple of new ones. We're gonna always organize. The more organized, the faster you are. And my idea, my thing with it being an indie developer, I create the assets, I create the music, I create everything before I start the game dev process. The game dev process should be the last thing I do. Should be, in reality, the last thing I do. Like I have to create an icon, which should be pretty easy. Now, the new folder, we're gonna create music, sprites. And the music, we're gonna separate it by BGM and SFX. Then I gotta go the Shift and Do project. I gotta check the art checklist one more time. Oh, I forgot the tower. Oh, I can use it. Oh, yeah, now I'm gonna do that. I don't need to do that just to hurt sound. I'm making it too much. It's a small game. Um, that I want to finish in about 3 to 4 months, 2 to 3 months. Release it on itch, then release it on GOG, then release it on Steam once I get enough sales. We broke out here. See how I'm doing it? Um, don't because this you want to make sure. Then I'm gonna even separate it even further. Assets, music, sprites, the music, the BGM. I'm gonna separate it to tower. Tower, forest, sand, mountain. No, I don't need to. Don't need to. Don't make it harder for me. The BGM is gonna be. Okay, let's go to SFX. Sound effects, that's fine. Sprites. Sprites you have to separate. You have to do character. Your main player character, right? Environmental aspects. No, they're all part of tile sets, right? No, the character, the environments. The background. The background, the character, environments. What other the background, the character, environments. Background, character, environments. Titles. And the menu. Okay. Now I gotta fill them up. So what I do here, don't I have two? Don't I have two? I do have two. Let me. Now we go to sounds. Oh, I was about to open Audacity. Audacity, no. Oh, I messed up. SFX. Assets. Music. Sound effects. No. We do a copy. The BGMs. We do a copy. Okay, now what we do is we go to the art. Okay. This is character, character, title, title, environmental, background. Let me see. Okay. Character, character, background, environmental, background. This is menu. Background, environmental, environmental. Okay. Let me see one of my BGMs. Okay. Now save. Okay, now we have to I gotta okay. Okay, let me see. GameDev.tv. Well, one thing I want to complain about GameDev.tv. It took me a while. It does not work on Edge. So you have to use Chrome. I don't know. It could be Edge or something in my library. So category. I'm gonna need to find the shaders. Graphics and visual shaders. Okay, we're gonna start with this. What I do, I don't. YouTube ads, YouTube ads. You're all. Mm, hmm. Now I gotta go to C sharp. Oh, let me open my C sharp notes. I gotta go to my all project here. No, main work area. Primary study location. Programming. C sharp. Is this a Zenva one? This is Unity. C sharp. Yep. Like my 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 primary thing with Unity, um, since C sharp is getting better and Godot is getting better, we're reaching a point where what's for Unity versus Godot, what's the difference? Like, why should I choose Unity for my 2D games over Godot when it's when there's for most game devs, if you become competent enough, you learn Shader, you enter into foray of C sharp, and you might sometimes need to understand C++ code. I'm gonna need to remember this public bool string C++. Oh, I might be able to use my C++ JSON. Um, use C++ JSON to do my save files on all my save files. So I'm probably gonna create a plugin. Where's Creative Core? Blah blah blah. This was the Unity course, whatever. So many. If if you guys want it, want a behavior class name that method void compute age that debug that log blah blah public private cloud protected internal only available in current assembly protected. Oh, I know how that int flow string bool. Okay, void start instead of int void main. Public flow. Oh, you can set a public. Okay, public data type explicit conversion. You do data type double float. Defining methods, access modifier, public, private, protected, or internal, the return type, the unique name, unique identifier, the parameter type, parameter name. I don't know if there's default parameters in C sharp, unique name. The arguments I know. For people making methods, the parameters and arguments are two different things. Parameters are basically when you create the function, those are the parameters, right? But when you use the function, those are arguments. That's it. Parameters versus arguments is basically like that. Parameters are when you use. Parameters are when you create the function. Arguments are when you use the function. See, when you input arguments to use the function. You can also set default parameter. That means by default, let's say by default you create a function, right, to increase the speed by 5. But you have to understand something about time complexity and stuff. Time complexity, it's all about this. So you have to understand what time complexity is. You have if using the not. Okay, I know the not, and or conditions. Yeah, case. You have switch. The one thing I like about C sharp, you can put switch. You can put strings and switch. You can put strings and switch. That's one thing I like about C sharp. You can put strings and switch. So that's one of the cool things about it. You have fall through cases, so if you don't break out of it, you be careful. There's for switch statements when you're using C sharp. Be careful. Okay, you do an array by so this is gonna confuse me. What does it then that means new number of elements, so we're gonna create an element type and isn't that, if I'm correct, is it new? It's created a new memory variable, but because of the garbage data collection of C sharp, it stores it in memory. So Let's see. The multiple dimensional arrays. Oh, they're pretty easy. Oh, so instead of the comma, we instead of 2, we do 3, 2. So in C++, it's like 2 square brackets. It's 2 square brackets next to each other, right? And then C sharp, it's 1 square bracket but a comma between them. You can check the, no, I already named that length. Okay, we can do a list string, quest by a new list string. Value 1, value 2, okay. Dictionary, I like that because dictionary you can use a value key system. So you enter the inventory, right? In the inventory you can have a dictionary. And in dictionary you want to you can do stores like this, right? When a player presses that, you can see the dictionary of your store. What items? Hello, hey, hello. I don't know. How are you? How are you? I don't know. This is gonna be a short stream though. For another 40 minutes. Each key was it? Oh, key value. Oh yeah, each key has to be unique anyway for dictionaries. Dictionaries and map are basically similar. Between the C sharp and C++, dictionaries and map are the similar notion. So if you know what map is, you know what a dictionary is. Um, a list. Oh, we have 4 loops here. We have a for each loop. Okay, for each. So this is the difference. It's for each loops in C sharp. So what does for each do? Let's see. Take each element collected and store each one in a local variable, making it accessible inside. That statement must match the collection of element to work useful for with dictionary because they are key value pairs. For each string party member. Okay. For each party member, we output it. So we output it as a string. For each key value pair of string int key value pair, we set the identifier key AVP and item inventory. Okay, and we have encapsulation, private void reset. Okay. Access modifier struct. Okay, we have structure. We do have encapsulation. We do have object-oriented programming in C sharp. Okay, so encapsulation. We have inheritance. We for people who don't know, object-oriented programming is basically like separating stuff into different objects so you don't clutter it in one single file. That makes it faster. I want to say make it faster. It makes it more safe. It makes it more so you can just use this. Basically, it's useful so you can just use something and reuse it over and over again. This is one of the basic features why Mario Party usually when they release a new Mario Party or something, it's usually using the same type of system over and over again, and they just build on top of it. C# class can be created in an image and other class, member variable, blah blah blah. Public C# class, parent class, public. This is inheritance. We copy the base class but make it public. It's a public class that means it can be accessed. Public class parent paladin. It's getting the base class from character. Then we to inherit, and then we're doing a constructor, the paladin constructor. This is an overloaded constructor with a string name, but getting the base class name, base name. We're getting a name from the character. We're inputting when we create a public virtual. Virtual basically states when you use virtual, it basically states load this first. Load this first before anything else. Basically that. When you have override, you can override. Around the pound. Okay, so so you can use virtual. This is polymorphism. There's two ways in. You can override a virtual by using override. I see. So instead of doing another virtual, because there's a difference between two virtuals, right? You can use override to override those two virtuals to make sure, hey, print this one. Hey, use this one. Okay. Don't care about Unity. Like, I want to post this somewhere, but it's using a lot of information from books, and I might be hit by copyrights. Okay. Yada yada yada. Collision. I don't care. Enum. We have enum player action. Enum is basically like a list, but it goes from 0, 1, 2, right? Like instead of doing int 1, 2, 3, right? Int attack equals int attack equals 0, int attack equals 1, int defend equals 2. You can do an enum player, like an enum ABC FGH, whatever it's called, the unique name. You can close it in braces. Then you put attack, defend, blah 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 blah, and it starts at 0, goes all the way to 1. Or you can do player stats that way. Public, private, bool is yeah. Public, layer mask. This is player behavior, blah blah blah. I'm going through my Unity codes because there's a Unity ANSI sharp. Okay, this is what I want. String first name, public string first name. Oh, okay. Get and set. Get and set can be added to any variable with and without. Public string first name, public. Private string first name, public string first name. Get return first name, set first name value. So get and set. So when we do public string first name, we can use return first name, get set first name value. When we do get return items collected and set it. When we set it, we can public it's hp get. See. Okay. Oh, where am I going? I'm going too fast. Public static. Okay, so static when you use SD work, it basically tells the code, whatever it's called, right, to run this for the whole runtime of the program or something like that. Once it touches it, right? Once it touches it in the code, run this through the whole program. Let's say it's a good way to keep inventory management, right? By static, that means it runs through each level, right? Each level load, you can keep it loaded. It's a way to keep it loaded in memory, right? Or you can use it as a pseudo global variable, but you can't change this. You can't use that inventory. Let me rephrase it. You can't change it. So let's say, what's a good way? Difficulty. You can have a difficulty modifier of, let's say, 2, right? Whatever the difficulty is, you can keep that on. Keep it on as a pseudo static. You can't change the difficulty unless you go to the options, right? But it's good. It's a good way for the hardest level of difficulty, and you can't change. You choose the hardest level of difficulty. There's ways to use it and stuff. Ways to not use it. Public abstract. Okay, abstract are different. Abstract are put them on. You can set up. You can set up a function, right? Then later on, you define it. What this means, it's gonna confuse you a bit. This means you can, if I'm correct about abstract. Oh, this is different in C sharp. Abstract cannot include any implementation logic for their method, but can store variable when you need to. Ah, okay. So it's like a pure virtual function. I see. And abstract is like C++ pure virtual. That means you set it up, then it's an abstract class, right? Abstract classes. You set it up as a pure virtual, as an abstract class, as a pure virtual function. That means the moment you inherit it, you have to define it. Right? You have to define everything in it. So public abstracts, you can say state. What's the state? Class extension. You can. So we do have this. Okay, this is using system.collections.generic. Okay. Now we're getting into the heavy stuff. This is something like stack element type. Stack. A stack is stack is first one last five five five. First one for some Q is last one life full. Q is last one in, first one out. Stack is first one in, last one out. Right? No, last one in, first one out. And Q is last one in, first one out. Right? First one in, last one. No, FIFO, FIFO. Okay, okay. I guess keep using generic versions because they're more cost effective and push. essentially popping off. 5 for your first one, first one out. Stack is live for you. Stack is the last one in, first one out, and 5 for final. First one, last one. 5 for queues are 5 for first one, first out. So imagine a queue. The first one in the queue is always going to get precedent, right? You can enqueue value to add a queue. Queue variable that peak to peek at the first one without removing it, right? Dequeue returns to remove the first element in the queue. Okay, what are hash sets? I don't know what hash sets are. Okay, but I wrote it, I forgot about it. This is me. Hash sets cannot duplicate values and is not so meaning its elements are not ordered in any way. They are akin to dictionary but with just keys. They can perform set operation and element lookups extremely fast. So that means, can we see? This is what I'm thinking about when I'm reading this. Think what you can do with it. Can we use a hash set as a loop table? Then we create a random number, right? We create a random number, like a puzzle game, right? Or I guess, or keep selecting random numbers, right? Then we add the items inside of all the obtainable items, right? Randomly, we use a random number generator. We randomly add them until our list has basically entered the hash set. The items in the list has basically entered the hash set, and from the hash set, we use a random number the player used to determine what items they get. I'm guessing. That way, it can be truly random, randomly entered, and randomly with randomly incremented. So, and each time, the first one they guessed until the seventh time they get, so it loops 7 times. It goes through the list 7 times, and that's the item. And it restarts over and over again. A hash set okay, so it's just without the values, with just keys. Yep. So you can search up keys. Current set, the operation specific set. The three operator that is book all over. Okay. Hash sets interact with and accept with. Intersect with. Okay. Intersect with stores only elements that are in both the current and specified sets. Plus element from specific. Okay. Okay, I don't know what link queue is. To get specific subsets of data back out, we use specific C# set of features for querying data called link queue, which enters language integrated query. Link queue extension method basically asks the question. First, you need a data source that can create a query. Third, you run the query. Build the loot stack that where bool loot. So I gotta search up what link queue is. Lambda expansion. I gotta search up. You can chain queries. There's XML. No, I usually use JSON. Though stick with JSON. If you need to look up binary after JSON, just go straight to a binary if you want to keep it hidden. Use binary type of save data if you truly want to keep it hidden. Or the best way to stop people from looking at, because you create a barrier, like you hide it somewhere annoying to get to app data, right? Hide it in the app data if you want to be really annoying. Because if you want simple, because you have binary, you have three stages. Inside the core with the JSON, inside the core of your save file, your root folder of your game. Two, hide it in app data. Three, binary. Those are the three stages. And simple in the binary, right? You can create a certain type of code, right? That, let's say, every month or so, this is gonna be annoying, right? Like your offline, it uses the offline code, whatever, the current save code, right? But I have an idea where if I include the first, you must unlock, like after playing, let's say 30-40 minutes, right? If it checks if you have 30-40 minutes of gameplay time, right? You should buy that time. If you're playing if you have created a character, right? Or you moved, right? You press, it takes in your save file, if you press left once, right? You moved once. That means you say you get an achievement, you start moving. That means then it checks if you get, it checks first every time you launch it. It checks your Steam achievements, because Steam achievements should be saved locally and online. It should be. Breaking down JSON. I'm pretty good with JSON now. I took a class where we had to create our own JSON stuff. Imagigi. Okay. Why? Why would I save it to a text file? File stream, memory stream. Private stream, streaming text file. Why? Why would I use a text file? Why would I use a text file? Use JSON, or there are many better uses. JSON, man. It's You have JSON. That's one of the most useful features, and it's cross platform. Like every most things can read it. Yeah, serializable, weapon shop, blah blah blah. Okay, I have the JSON data. Okay, I'm gonna remove this. Save that. I have all this math I've saved. Basic math for game devs, which is empty. Algebra 1. Slope rise over 1. Okay, y over x. We can find basically the diagonal point where it sits. So standard form. So a square ax plus by, a square ax plus by. We can find the difference between 2 points. Let's see. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to go slowly between them. Okay, this is the slope. To find the slope we use. Oh, I use recursive. I love recursive actually. I'm one of the few that love recursive. Recursive seems cool. I'm gonna have to slowly go through learning math again while we do it. So because game dev needs math, you need at least a very understanding up to trigonometry. From what I understand, up to trigonometry and maybe some calculus. Past that, you just need to have a good understanding of those. There's someone really cool, shader editor, animation, audio. Let me see BGM. Up to 10. Didn't look. Wait, I'm gonna cut the first 10 seconds. We're gonna open up a new word. So I'm gonna have to let's see. C V. Okay, for game dev and another CV. Okay, you don't see this. You don't see this. Okay, windowed. Let's read this. Mm, window capture. Okay. Transformation, copy transform. Edit, transform, copy transform, and window capture, window capture 3, dot, transform, paste transform. Okay, keep that the same. Edit, filters, copy, filters, paste, edit, filters, paste. Now let's continue. What we're gonna do is go to, it's gonna open this. Shit. Let's see. We're gonna do game dev.cv, and I'm gonna write my notes down. What I'm gonna do is go to character controller. We need to get that. Shaders. Tomorrow I'm probably going to transfer everything to a Chrome. It should autoplay. have brackies as well. We can watch. Why are you? No, you have to worry about that. Okay. Okay. Mm. Control. F1. Duty. Control. You go scripting. Let me see. Um, Control F1 to F3. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. I'm about to get in trouble. I'm about to get DMC'd, so I can't do that. I have to do this full screen. Okay. Like the process is me going through like the game dev.tv and creating notes. Um, okay, let me see. Let me open this. any different nodes. The first node is a root node. I think 4.3 changed it, not for the root node, but for other nodes. So I think besides the root node can be its own parent or something like that. Okay, this is inspector. Tile map. Touchscreen button. Bright 2D. wait, I messed up. I wasn't listening. Okay, that's gonna be an important factor to know. And it's better. Name your levels scenes after your root node name. So if I do Control S, no, Control S. I'm gonna create a new folder. Scenes. This is gonna be a new folder. Test. Test level. So because when I don't need it, I can just filter it out when I'm building it. Okay. Oh, okay. Impulse. I don't like to apply impulse. Because probably it's copyrighted, so they have to find a way to name it. Play move, clapping, player position, clapping. Okay. Focusing, understanding delta time, shooting rockets, enemy scene movement, score UI, lives UI, game over scene, added sound effects, flame particle effect, path. Not that many. Oh, singleton pattern, okay. One-time sound effects. Okay, I'm done for now. Talk to you guys later. I stream for hour 30. Tomorrow I'll be streaming most of the day until I clear out this and clear out the C sharp thingy majiggy. Then until I clear out the shaders and the player UI, we're gonna be doing a lot of that. So I want to clear them out today and tomorrow so I can go through it and start coding in C sharp. For people wonder why I don't code in GG script, I like a little bit of control because I'm used to C++. And when I code in C++, I want to make sure when I code in C++, I need the extra memory booksha. Until then, talk to you guys later.